So, we've been hearing a lot about the king, who the king is. But the question today, the whole title of this talk is, who's your king? Who's your king? Now, Tony, could you stand up for me, please? Yeah, and give us a twirl. At the start, there's a video there, what makes Nghymru brilliant. And one of them is our flags. And Tony's got a great flag there. The only one I know, certainly in Europe anyway, that's got a dragon on it, and it's very cool. But there's another flag that you don't see as often, but it's also a very cool flag. Could we have it on the slide, please? And that flag is the flag of St. David, which is very apt for today. You can see two and one there. Okay. Well, that flag has many different stories to it, but the one that I really like is the gold, the king coming into the darkness. The king coming into the darkness. St. David introducing the land to King Jesus and lighting up the darkness of that kingdom, that princedoms, many princedoms before, and Jesus bringing light to that kingdom. But who's your king? Could you press the next slide? Thank you. Because on here, you can see Jesus makes many claims, doesn't he? And here's the first one. Fi ydy'r ffordd y tebod Iesu, yr un gwir a'r bywyd. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Who's your king? What's your truth? Because Jesus claims to be that truth. And yet today, people say the truth is relative. My truth. You've probably heard that said before, haven't you? My truth. But it can't actually be my truth, because there's only a truth, isn't there? You can't have different truths by the very nature of the word. Some say there's no truth at all. It's all so relative that there isn't such a thing as truth. But is that true? Because if it is, that's a truth statement, isn't it? See, there's no passive pronouns for truth. There's just the truth. It's constant. So, who's your king? Where are you getting your truth from? Maybe you're getting your truth from another person. And I've got a quick clip here from a very old advert. I was far too young to see this advert in the 1970s, but some of you might recognise it.
This is me, thinking as usual about Dave. Dave is super. Dave can do anything. Oh, he's great. He really is. When pow, up pops my fairy godmother with a I'll give you 3 wishes routine. Wish number 1 is easy. Next, I wish we were both at the seaside. Come on, Dave, let's swim, I say. It's just not my scene, man, says Dave. What he really meant was he couldn't swim. I've still got 1 wish left, remember? Meet Mike. He swims like a fish.
Yes, I wish I didn't keep losing me birds. Then learn to swim, young man. Learn to swim. If you can't swim, ask about lessons at your local
I don't think learning how to swim will solve all these problems, will it? But neither did having Dave in her life solve all her problems. And I think it was in Mike or Chris, whoever it was, who appeared in the water. I have no doubt that sooner or later he will let her down as well. So if we've got our kingdom based on a person, they're going to let you down eventually, and you're going to be disappointed. Maybe it's things. I was looking through, my wife Karen brought some old photos about clearing out her dad's house, and we saw a photo of our first car, a Citroen Diane in hand-painted red. It was £40 when I bought it, and I was robbed, I can tell you. But I thought this car was absolutely fantastic, and the bee's knees, it lasted 6 months and fell to bits. Now, maybe you've got a better car than that, I hope so, but eventually it will disappoint you and it will fall to bits. Maybe politics and social causes are your thing. And there's nothing wrong with thinking that, you should be involved in those. But if you are just focused on those and those become your king in your life, all you're going to get is eventually be angry, divisive, and judgmental of others who maybe don't follow your particular political bent or leaning. So who is your king? Jesus is the correct answer. It always is, isn't it? But if you are your king, because if you don't think you have a king, you do, and it will be you if you don't think you've got one. And if it is you, then you'll end up prideful, entitled, and a narcissist. You'll end up with an excessive need for admiration, profound lack of empathy for others, because it's all about you. It's all about what you want, because you're your king, aren't you? You end up having to have a superior self-image because you have to say you're better than others because you are the king of your life. And that's no way to be. It's no way to be. And the only king we need is, as Mae said there, Jesus. Because with Jesus as our king, you have humility, love, peace, joy, contentment, faithfulness, and self-control. If you have him as your king, you'll never be exactly like him on this earth, but you may be a bit more like him. And that's got to be better for you, and it's got to be better for everybody around you. So who's sitting on your throne? Fear is around us in so many areas. We hear on the news, isn't it? Don't listen to the news too often, everybody, if you want to have good night's sleep, because you'll hear the environment's doomed. Politics is destroying us all. There's wars in different places. There's social breakdown. I could go on, but this is a message of hope. You see, our King said this: I have told you those things so that in you may have peace. In this world you will have many troubles, but take heart. I have overcome the world. Now, I want to just give a little bit of context to when Jesus said this. You see, Jesus said this just a short period of time before he was beaten, before he was deserted by his friends, before he was whipped, and before he was crucified. And he knew all that was going to happen. But he could still stand there, knowing this was going to happen, and say, in this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. In John 19 it says, they took Jesus away, carrying the cross by himself, and he went to a place, the place of the skull. In Hebrew it's called Golgotha, and there they nailed him to the cross. 2 others were crucified with him on either side, with Jesus between them, and Pilate posted a sign on the cross that Jesus of Nazareth was King of the Jews. Pilate, when he put that on in a mocking way, had no idea how right he was. See, truth is a person, and that person is Jesus. Who are you going to follow? Who are you going to make king in your life? See, if you settle for any other king than Jesus, yes, it might bring a little bit of delight in your life for a short period of time, like my Citroen 40-pound Diane umpteen years ago, but ultimately it will fail you. If you ever wondered whether you have been loved and are loved, I want you to listen to this. Behold the King. He stands there bleeding and broken, with a robe around his shoulders. There was a crowd of people in that moment screaming, "Kill him." But in that moment, he's whispering to you, "I love you. I love you." The blood, the bruises, the thorns and the robe, they prove it. That's the king who has the authority. That's the king who has and is the truth. That's the only king, and the only king worth following. Thank you.